What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning to another episode of Right on Cue Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Logan Chestnut. Joining me tonight is my barbecue brother, Mr. Houston Lyle. And together, our powers unite. Boom, shazam, to form small batch barbecue. What's up, Mr. Houston? How we doing, brother?
Yeah, baby. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Still recovering from my performance at our float trip this.
You mean your weekend at Bernie's, as we call it?
Man, I don't know if I think it was probably like night one at the Invitational was like the last time that I've.
Yeah, you were bad.
When we had. Wait, it was that damn like cocktail contest, man. Like,
was that the? That's when we did the how many peach tea Bellinis did you drink?
I didn't have that many of our peach tea Bellinis, but it was just everybody else like, hey, try mine. Hey, what do you think of mine? And I was like, oh yeah, dude, I've been cooking out in like the 100-degree heat for 8 straight hours, and now let's try 15 different cocktails in 30 minutes.
Oh, that's my favorite.
I hate cocktail. I hate the ancillary cocktails.
Oh, we do good though, because I think we got.
Did we?
We got 8th. We got 8th overall.
Yeah, so that's pretty solid.
And dude, we got a 178.6. We were 1 point away from a fucking perfect score.
I just remember like me and Kelly in there, like just like recklessly chopping up peaches and like peach gummy bears, and I was like, man, what the hell? Like I signed up for pork and chicken, man.
Dude, it's so funny, man. It's like it's such a song and dance. Like I feel so silly sometimes the way we had to baby and doctor up all of our food, and like the ancillaries. Like people go so far hardcore. No, I appreciate it because like especially like whenever I went down to the Jack, the Jack, or I mean even the KSBS World Invitations when they had the dessert contest. And
yeah.
This is like Michelin star desserts. Some of these things, and you should have seen like the presentations is like. Ours is so like just basic. We're just a basic white girl. That's.
I mean, so like I think the Invitational though is the only like major I've ever done one of the ancillaries at.
Sure. Well, it's like it's essentially like the rest. Everybody else is wearing their derby hats, and we showed up at a ball cap.
Absolutely.
That's what I feel like.
No, and not just like a ball cap, but like I like titties ball cap, like a ball cap you buy from like
we bought our
presentation.
We bought our presentation at Buc-ee's, our platter at Buc-ee's on the way down.
Right. Yeah, people are showing up in derby hats, and we're in like a Buc-ee's baseball hat.
Buc-ee's baseball. That's what it is, man. It's a Buc-ee's baseball hat.
And, no, man. I had truth be told, I had a blast doing it. I was super pumped that Kelly showed up to like actually make it look presentable and not like a bunch of knuckle draggers just dumped a bunch of liquor in a pitcher.
I had the ideas. I just can't put it together. I can't make it pretty. It's like
I
gotta go to the artist. Like, this is what I want. Make me pretty.
No, but I really haven't like shown down like I did at the float trip since like probably like that first night at the Invitational.
It was fun though, man. You should join us for it next year. It was
the float trip or the Invitational?
No, the float trip, both. But float trip, man. Maybe this time remember it.
No. So I remember every single detail of the float trip.
Oh yeah.
It's just the part that involves being on land. It gets a little fuzzy.
You floated fine. It's just when I had to baby carry you to the living room. It's all.
Oh yeah. No, I mean the aquatic part of it, the part where we were traveling in the water, like I remember crystal clear. It just everything after we got off the bus to go back to your house is like that's where it starts to get a little spotty. And then after the after party where we watched all the Mad Max movies like that, I recall that bit. But like I am sad. Blinky, I thought your mojo pork was fantastic. I think I ate it about 2.5 hours after everybody else ate theirs, but it was still really good.
His mojo pork is so good, guys. If you guys are ever in the Nashville area, make sure to check out our friend Blinky's or Matt
Offset Barbecue.
Yeah, Blinky's Offset Barbecue. I'm not kidding you. Like, I mean, we're not pork fans, and we're not pulled pork fans. I mean, I'm not personally, but you may be. But
I love pulled pork.
His is like, I mean, it was spicy, man. It was like the perfect level of heat. You had that little tingle in the back of your throat, and then just dissipated.
It really was, and it had kind of like a fruit note on the back end of it.
Yeah,
I really was into. Matt, forgive me if I get this wrong, but I have got the latest address for Blinky's Offset Barbecue at 7629 Old Harding Pike in Nashville.
Check him out.
So hit him up. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him apparently on Facebook. I don't personally have Facebook, but you can find him there. Check him out.
We appreciate it, man. He is the man behind the scenes for Right on Cue. He is helping us out. He is our pod manager, and we sure do appreciate him. But
hence the heavy plugs for Blinky's Offset.
Hey, you know, he's got to earn it. We pay our dues.
No, absolutely. I'm happy to support our brother in barbecue.
That's right, man. That's right. No, man. Like, dude, how excited are you for NFL for football finally? Like,
I can't wait.
I'm salivating. Did you see the lineup for the 24 hours of football? It's like, I think like the Hawaii kicks off the game at like 2 a.m. It's like a 2 a.m. game or something like that.
The Hawaii game, I don't have all the details on. I'm not 100% sure.
Great lineups though, man. There's some like pretty heavy hitters. Well, who's Tennessee played? You know?
Tennessee has the Bears, I believe.
No, I'm not talking about Titans. I'm talking about the Vols.
Are
you a Vols fans?
UT Chat, not really.
You're UT Chat. There you go. I'll get behind that one. But no, our Cats are playing. I think Kent State. I don't know, man. We always play somebody, and being Kentucky, I'm always nervous. There's never a layup. I mean, shout out Florida State for getting beat by Georgia Tech. That was amazing. Like, did you see the ending of that game? Like, that dude was just the hero.
I did. So I took my kid to a birthday party for one of his classmates, which was at like someplace called like the Main Event in Murfreesboro. Had like laser tag, bowling, and an arcade. We did all three.
There you go. Yeah, I saw that.
Walked out of the laser tag room after just absolutely dominating like a room full
Dude,
of
you were
like
Barney
7-year-olds.
Stinson. You were Barney Stinson on How I Met Your Mother with laser tag. Leave the kids alone, man. Leave the kids alone.
Dominated every one of them, and then walked out. There was maybe like 3 minutes left in that Georgia Tech game, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, it was glorious, man. It was glorious, man. I haven't really watched a football game except for the Titans Saints preseason game.
It was a decent one.
Yeah. Will Levis looked good. Saints didn't look too hot though. They're a B League team.
I have to be honest though. I don't know enough about their roster to know what like.
No one knows about their roster, man. It's like a bunch of like OVC level or pro players. I mean, I don't even know. Like, are they even like NFL anymore? I don't even know. No, I'm messing with you, man. You should our guess. He's getting he's ready. He's ready to come after us. He ain't ready for them Titans. Them Tennessee Titans. He don't know nothing about that. But no, man. Without further ado, I'm gonna quit messing with this guy. He's over here having a fit down here in the green room. Let's bring on our guest tonight, man. I'm very happy to introduce Mr. Gerald Vinnett Jr. He is celebrity, another celebrity in the house. Him and Shatika went head to head on the latest season of Netflix. So, man, without further ado, let's bring him on, man. Let's check it out.
Let's get
What's
into
up, buddy? Oh, look at that.
First off, I appreciate y'all. But there will be no Saint slander while I'm on this podcast. First off, I want to allow it. Second off, don't forget what we did y'all last year. Y'all came to the Dome last year. I remember it because I was there. And one of my good friends is a Titans fan, and I still have this Titans fan hanging up in my room right now. So we're not no Saints slander. You don't need to know the roster. Just know we're gonna take you. We took care of y'all when we needed to. Hi guys, man, how y'all doing? It's good to see y'all, man. It's good to see y'all.
So it's good to see you too, man. So unlike Logan, though, I wasn't really trying to slander the Saints. I was just trying to say, like, I don't know enough about the Saints roster to know whether or not like who they had out there on the field was an accurate representation of like what the season was going to look like. Because I mean, we got a brand new offense, so of course we're going to be running our
everybody. We have a whole new team. We opened the checkbook and backed that Brinks truck up, and we bought a whole new team.
No, but of course we're going to be running like our A group for as much of the preseason as we can because we got like a brand new offense.
Oh yeah.
Actually, we got a bunch of our units are brand new.
Oh, everybody's new. I love it. I got you, man. No, it's all good, man. We're just messing with you. I saw you pop in down there. I was like, I gotta bust his chops a little bit early.
I said I came in at the right time. I'm ready for that conversation. I'm good for that conversation too. I'm good for that conversation too. You know what I mean?
No, man. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, man. I truly appreciate it. We always start the show off with busting chops, so I truly appreciate it, man. I know you just got back from a baseball game, right? So
yeah, my son plays flag football, so I had to come
football game.
I had to make sure everything was work with that. Yeah. So yeah, we're back.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, dude. So, man,
hey, Logan, you got him in your ears. Like, I'm sorry, it beat back.
Yeah, it's lagging a little bit. Sorry. Let me adjust it. All right. Can you hear me, brother? Everybody hear me?
Me personally, I can. Yeah,
I got you, brother. Oh, anyways, man. So, man, thank you so much for coming on. Like I said, I know you've had a busy year, dude. Like, the Netflix show came out. I'm sure everything just blown up since then.
Yeah, it's been on and popping. Hot life is grease, like we like to say down here. Hot life is grease, but it's all good.
Man, so let's start off, man. Tell our guests a little bit about you and what you're about, and give a little intro to yourself.
Yeah, for sure, man. Listen, Gerald Vinnett, grew up in St. Louis, Louisiana, a little city outside of New Orleans, about 15, 20 minutes. Right now, I live in Death Strand. We're a small parish. So everywhere else, I think y'all call it counties, and we call it parishes. So St. Charles Parish, right? Right off the river parishes, man, and just did the whole school thing, man. Went to Death Strand High School, went to the greatest college in the world, Louisiana State University. Shout out and go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Man, I got a degree in electrical engineering. Currently working at a power plant, been there for 12 years, and I do barbecue on the week. I became good at it. I hooked up with some real good people that kind of showed me the way. And then, man, with the help of family and friends and a good support system, just kind of taking this stuff and try to run with it as far and as fast as I can, man. Won a couple of competitions with Kingsford and Memphis Smoke Slam with my friend Anwar Robinson Smokehouse, who is a Titans fan. I'm not going to judge that. I'm not going to judge him.
Solid, man.
Man, and then, like I said, end up with the plans to get on Barbecue Showdown season 3, and met I'd say 10 to 12 new friends, man, that have changed my life forever. And I love each and every one of them, man, and each and every one of them was able to show their own version of barbecue, man, that's helping me even to this day. I'm swapping stuff up and changing it as we speak. So yeah, man. Just trying to kick everything off, man, and understanding the opportunity that I have and trying to maximize on that. And yeah, that's me.
For sure, man. Well, that's awesome. I mean, that's kind of me and Houston's thing. You know, we got our main gigs, and then barbecue's our passion, our love, and that's where we put our love into. Besides our 9 to 5,
come back to it as much as I can.
Absolutely,
and as soon as I can, as much and as soon as I can. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now, so how long have you been I'm sure you're like us. I mean, being a Louisiana boy, I mean, y'all are the king of food, man. Like New Orleans, like that's my it's one of my favorite cities of all time. The food scene down there is like music in Nashville. Me and Houston are both from Nashville area.
I got engaged in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Congratulations. It's definitely
Jackson Square, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, me and my wife, we're ginormous New Orleans fans and Lafayette and all that. Yeah, I love the culture. Like down in Louisiana, like food is king. Right? It's like if you can't cook, you ain't gonna make any money down there. You know, it's like subpar food doesn't go. Like hell, I've had some of the best gumbo out of some bars. You know,
right. Gas stations. Gas stations and bar, all in the walls. That's where you can get your best food at. That's for sure.
That's right, man. So tell people like how, you know, you're born and raised in Louisiana. You said, tell people like how food has kind of influenced your, you know, how you're raised and how your culture and stuff all down in the Cajuns areas. How you kind of came to the barbecue, because down there, I mean, y'all are big seafood people. I'm sure you love, you know, bowls and stuff like that. How does is barbecue culture still big down there? Is it more like?
Yeah, for sure. So my family, man, I got on my dad's side, man, I have a real big family. So my dad had 10 kids total. So eight boys. I'm sorry, 7 boys and 3 girls. And you can imagine, 10 total. So, and all of them pretty much lived in the same like 3 or 4 blocks. And on the show, you often hear people say, "I'm a preacher's kid." So the church was in the middle of like everything in St. Louis. So we were always together. So that, and this is back when family was getting together. You know, nowadays people really don't get together like they used to. But man, it was always seafood boils, 4th of July, and New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, things like that. So it was always people get together. And it wasn't just women cooking, it was men cooking. So that was kind of the thing. I always had some uncles boiling crawfish and crab and turkey necks and things like that. We do ribs and all that, but it wasn't as intricate as it is now. Barbecue back in the day was just like, you know, was really grilling. Like it wasn't big, huge smokers and things like that. So I just kind of took little notes, mental notes, and just you see things over and over and over again. Till, you know, it just kind of becomes second nature. And when I got my opportunity, I got my own family, graduated a house. It's like the first thing that you get is a barbecue grill and a crawfish pot, you know, and then you just kind of roll from there. So I just kind of took a liking to it, but then really got serious about it. It actually became like some people say, a student of the game. And like there's so much information to you right now, whether it's YouTube or books or social media. When I started, TikTok wasn't a thing, but you know, it was YouTube and Facebook and things like that. That I actually got a chance to like sit down and try stuff and be able to mess up in my backyard, and I had to worry about people talking about me. Because if you have a bunch of us Southern folk, we can be very loving, but we can be also judging at the same time. So if your stuff is good,
that's
you
right.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm by my house. I'm gonna buy all the food. I would just want y'all to come over. Hey, if your food is still bad, we appreciate the opportunity. But your food is bad, sir. Like, get somebody else to do it. So it's really like, you know, not necessarily a trial by error, but hard knocks, man. Like if you say you can cook it, you say you're gonna cook, you need to be able to cook, or they're gonna let you know. So it's kind of forces you to get good in a quick amount of time. So again, we don't really have a lot of secrets in my family. Like my family is very open and honest with like recipes and things like that. Like I can give you the blueprint, but it's still up for you to follow the blueprint. And then after a while, make your own. Like I can give you everything that I want to give you, Logan, like the whole thing. But at the end of the day, they can be like, "Hey man, these ribs taste just like Cheryl's." Like it's not Logan's, you know what I mean? It's just it's your rendition of it. So yeah, man, it's just kind of where we started. It's even now, like even on my family get-togethers now, I'll do the barbecue, but somebody else is boiling crawfish. Like somebody else is. That's just the way it is. I'm good at what I do, and then other people in the family are good and great at what they do. Like we are cooks down here. St. Charles Parish, St. John Parish, St. James Parish, all those river parishes, like we cook for real. Like the men cook for real. It's not a game at all.
Nah, man. Well, I'll tell you what. I kind of let my wife experience, you know, the Louisiana culture. We went down to. It was always been a bucket list of mine to go down to LSU to watch a football game, and we went down there. They weren't even playing Kentucky. They were playing. I forgot who they were. It was Coach O's last game. Coach O's got to be one of my favorite LSU coaches. He is the epitome of LSU. Go Tigers!
Yeah, that was gonna be a coach or something. Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude. I love him. He's Coach O is my favorite saying of all time. Is like, what? You're firing me? You're paying me how much? which door do I need to leave, and do I need to clean up on the way out?
When you want me out of there?
What time you want me out of here? I'm out. See ya.
Go. You good? Yeah.
You're paying me my full salary. Yeah, deuces. Yes, sir.
Hey, coach, it ain't looking good. I agree, it ain't looking good.
Yeah,
Louisiana is definitely
love Coach O. But no, man, the tailgate scene down there is what I was most excited about, man. It was big time, man. It was big time, and like I said, the food and the party atmosphere and everybody's so welcoming down there. It's amazing. Like you said, I mean, that alone will teach you, how to do the culinary tricks and stuff like that. Like I don't really come from a culinary family. My grandmother's a good cook, but I kind of pick a passion. It's like, well, they say when you get to a certain age, you got to find a hobby, and I think once you hit 30 something, I mean, you're like, I smoke meats now. This is what I do.
Yeah, smoke meats or bourbon, one of the two. And
we do Louisiana.
For most of us, it's both. It's like both of us.
I see you got little boogers back there.
We just do it all, man.
That Booker's bottle looks a little full. That's all I'm saying.
I got two sides, and I got a bunch of bars.
Louisiana will always hold a special place in my heart. Like I went to law school in Mississippi, had a ton of friends from Louisiana, man. Like I fuck with like Slidell, Tickfaw.
Yeah.
And like I absolutely, like, one of my favorite restaurants I've ever been to in my life was Menendorf's out there on Pontchartrain.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, Menendorf's catfish, man. That catfish is out of control.
That's real catfish. It's not that fake stuff. You ain't getting swag or nothing. Is it
as good as Captain D's? Is it as good as Captain D's? I mean,
we look like Captain D's down there, dude.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
No, me and you will go down to Pontchartrain and hit up Menendorf's.
Dude, any Louisiana trip, I'm game. No, man. So let's transition, like you said, over to what made you want to sign up and take a shot at the Netflix show? Like, how did that kind of come about?
Oh man, I had got like a little notoriety. I'm gonna say a little notoriety. I had gotten a little notoriety on like the local competition scene and just different things like that. And I had got a small opportunity to do a reality TV show. Just to cook. I was really thinking I was just catering for the crew. The cameramen and things like that. And then I realized that I was actually on the show when I got there. And it was like, oh, we're doing this. Like, I'm signing paperwork and man. I was like, hey, I don't think I need to sign this. I'm just see these fans right here. I'm just dropping these off. See the people.
Real Housewives of New Orleans.
Yeah, it was something like one of those 48-hour bride shows. I didn't watch it, and to this day I still have not seen the episodes. I have no clue. But again, I thought I was cooking for the actual camera crew. Like, I'm just dropping it off. Then, like I said, when I get there, I feel like my paperwork and the whole thing, and ended up really liking the food. So about a month after that, somebody had reached out to me and was like, "Hey man, would you be interested? Some people had your food, they like it, want to know if." And I saw your social media and that whole thing, and I had been active on social media, but I didn't have a whole bunch of followers. I just had local following. And that's what I do. And I thought I was being scammed. Like I didn't even respond to it. I was sitting in my backyard and I had a couple of drinks. I was just chilling like I do on a Friday night. And yeah, I just got this email from producer, and I was looking at it. I was like, I know this is scam. So I just didn't answer. Went on about my business. And the next day, the same thing. And I was like, what the hell going on? And I got no clue. So I didn't answer again. And then on Sunday, it was like, oh, listen, it's not a scam. I'm serious. Like, he showed me all these credentials. And so I'm like, oh, okay. And then he told me what show it was. And I was the person who actually saw the show. So I already knew everything about it. Like, I'm a big barbecue fan of everything. So barbecue pit masters, I mean, everybody watched it when they was younger. You know what I mean? Everybody watched it. And then every other barbecue show was cool. And I don't really get into, like, the top chefs and the chef stuff. I never got into that. But every time, Barbecue Showdown came on Netflix, I was watching it. So I already knew about the Rasheeds and the time. I already knew about all those. And I had saw the season before and saw the Tyrans and the Logans and all that. So when they get there, I was like, you talking about on Netflix? Like, I'm like, yeah. hey, man, I'll give my best shot. You know what I mean? I can't promise anything. Hey, listen, it don't even matter. Like how.
Yeah, you're on the show. That's all that matters, man.
Not only will I do it for you, sir, I'll do it for you. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Like we try to work this out. So we went through the process like I would imagine everybody else did. Like cook this, try this, tell us about this, blah 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 blah. That whole little interview or screening process. Let's call it that. And I ended up being one of the final 9, 10, however that was out of. I believe I said the number was like 27,000 people.
Yeah.
So yeah. So to do all that and end up where we ended up at, I'm pretty happy about it. I can't be mad. I can't be mad.
Man, honestly, I mean, you said yourself you're a fan of the show before you got on it. I mean, season 2 was brutal. Like they had like the medieval torture rack cooking school. Did you watch that? Were you like, oh crap?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see him. He's going out like robbing like shopping carts, turning them over. Like, how can I cook on this?
So this is a good thing. So it was kind of like when you look at it in theory, when you see it on camera, yeah, it's different. But at the end of the day, I guess it's all the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, you can turn that sucker on the side and turn it into a direct heat grill. Yeah, I mean, it would be difficult to turn a cabinet into a smoker, but I guess it can be done.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, they put y'all on a torture rack, I think, one episode, but like last, like y'all had like actual cooks and grills in Santa Maria's for the most part for all your cooks. But like last season, it was like a medieval torture chamber for every single cook. I'm like, man, that's brutal.
Yeah, out the gate. Like, they was out the gate with it. Like, that was the thing.
They didn't mess around. Like, that was the hardest season by far last season. I mean, season 2.
To me, it's like that joke about, like, the difference between British cooking competition shows and American competition shows. It's like, oh, that's a lovely tart you've made. And then the American one is like, we've replaced all of your knives with screwdrivers and we've let wild raccoons into the kitchen. So, like, good fucking luck.
Yeah, it was different.
I used to love Cutthroat Kitchen. That was my favorite thing. It was like, I don't know, it has gambling, cooking, and like mischief in it. Like that was the perfect show. But that's like when our previous guest said he was on there. I was like, what? You're Cutthroat Kitchen?
It was like Jackass, the cooking show.
It was. It was so awesome. Like, yeah, you gotta make a souffle, but in a easy bake oven. Here we go. No, man.
You have to cook it underneath the hood of your car.
Yeah. So no, man. It's like I said, we're happy to have you on. It's funny whenever I asked him to come on, he said, "Oh, I know about you guys." I'm like, "Oh, I hope Shatika talk well about us."
But I heard of y'all before sis though, like before sis. And I was like, hey, maybe they'll call me, but they don't call me really good. But like I said, when y'all hit me, I was like, ooh, hey, it is time.
No, I appreciate it. We made it down to Louisiana, man. I'm happy, man. Our spread's getting wide and far, man. I do appreciate it. No, man. So hey, let's talk about the show a little bit, man. So like on the show, like I have personally sent my tape in. I'm still waiting to hear back from you, Netflix. I'm looking at you right there in person. That's right. Yeah. No,
right here.
Yeah, camera right here. Yeah, I'm looking at you. No, call me. So tell me about that, man. Like going into it, like they say, everything's made from scratch. Like, did you kind of have did you go in like full nerd mode, like pulling up recipes and stuff like that, kind of like getting your mind right, like what you can ideas to make and stuff? Or
so in my mind, you kind of can't help it, but you also kind of know that it's not conducive to the type of environment. So again, I was the person that I watched season 1 and season 2 or 4. So if you really sat and look at it, if you really do barbecue, like the meat, that bad of a thing. The only hard thing about the meats is if they change up what you have to cook on. So in my mind, that's what I was going on. I was like, man,
right.
Or hey man, it's a brisket. You normally do it in 12. Hey man, you got to do this in 8 or 7. Or however that work out. So in my mind, meats wouldn't be a problem. The thing was like, hey man, how do you make so many sides? And it's not actually the making of the sides. It was hey man, if you're gonna be here to the end, logically, man, if they asking you to make 2 or 3 sides per episode, how do you last? How longevity does they last? You know what I mean?
Yeah. How big's your Rolodex? Like, how many sides do you make not at the same
Right.
size?
Like from a person that may not have a full arsenal of sides. You know what I mean? Like, how do I at least keep some type of bullets in this clip? Well, if I gotta use it, I'm not just throwing the magazine and then I gotta throw an empty gun at you just to make it to the end. So, but just watching like the 2 episodes, a lot of this stuff seemed like you could go very extravagant, but you could also do something. I ain't gonna call it basic because it ain't really basic, just something solid and just make sure they taste good.
Go through the
Yeah. So, yeah, what I wanted to do was just kind of find a balance in between in between everything. Like, man, I don't want to give everything up front, and then when I'm at the end, if I make it to the end, then I'm left with, hey man, here go these mashed potatoes. I hope it worked out. I like that. But you know, kind of finding the balance that I know what you. I mean, at that point, man, you kind of know what you can cook and what works, and you kind of got a flow on or idea on how the show works. You know what I mean? How it moves. So it's a size thing. It's not that you can't really come with a recipe book. That's not really how it works. I would imagine it would make it easier.
Right.
But how much it's not conducive for the show for you to just pop in there with a big book and be like, damn, here goes 1,000 recipes. I'm ready for whatever you got. Let's roll.
Yeah. You're like, Melissa Cookson, I got all your cookbooks right here.
I bought yours too. Like, what's wrong with it?
It seems like you have to have a really deep repertoire, and it seems like you got to like kind of be strategic about when you use what, like when you use which one of them recipes.
Yeah.
So it's like to me, this is like any other game, or that was like any other game. There is a strategy to it in my mind, and there is I mean, you do have to have a plan going into it. You just can't go in just winging everything because I mean, it might work for a little bit, but I mean, you trying to win or you not trying to win? You can't just just ram it in and give everything up front, but at the same time, you can't just be.
Yeah, you may not be there the next day.
You might not, yeah, bro, because if the meat is a tide and they go into the sides, and you can't have regular green beans against somebody that's going to have, carrot souffle or some big thing, because it just is what it is. And then you're dealing with people at the beginning, maybe 8 to 9 other people who like cook for real. Like, these not people that just be chilling. Like, these people cook for real, cook.
I mean, I bet, like you said, when we talked to Shatika, we were talking about this. You show up. I mean, you guys had some heavy hitters on this season, man. I mean, you had Kent Rawlings, you had the Cairo Cowboy. I mean, that dude's James Beard nominee. I mean, you got other guys who's pretty much a celebrity chef already. He's got 12 million followers on YouTube or something like that. I mean, you got you got some decorated cooks. Like, this is what they do. They cook. And you're kind of like the common guy. You're like, we just we cook it good in our backyard, but we're not professional chefs.
Right.
Did that kind of like make you a little nervous, or kind of like get you on extra like hype? It's like I gotta bring my A game every day.
So absolutely. So my mindset was going to this whole thing. I had 2 things. Listen, I just didn't want to go first, and I didn't want to make a fool out of myself. Like, that was it. I was just like, as long as I do them 2, I'm straight. You give me 1 episode, I could go home and be like, hey man, listen. It's all the people they had on this show. I could do my best. Like, what you expect me to do, y'all? But after a while, man, it was kind of like you kind of get into your groove. It's like getting into a boxing match, and then you realize then that you can box with these people. You know what I mean? Like, I could literally box with people just because the way that we cook down here is a little bit different than everybody else. I'd say this show is extremely diverse. Like, people from no 2 people was the same. No 2, like Egyptian barbecue.
Yeah,
that dude is interesting.
Who? Which one? Who?
The Egyptian.
Oh yeah. KG he's that guy. I'm gonna be very honest with you. He's this guy. I've had the opportunity to cook with this man. Like on the road.
That
like
we'd have been fascinating.
We'd have been in Miami. We'd have cooked in Los Angeles. We'll be doing like Formula One. and all of a sudden, there's a whole lot of opportunities, man. I've been able, like, just to see this guy work, and I'm just like, hey, bro, how you did that? Like, how you even thought about doing that? Like, why does this? I never fully. So he makes and not to make this about him, but we'll talk about it. Like, he does a bowl that has an Egyptian rice, a meat. So it's like brisket and or lamb, or both. Then it has like nuts and pomegranates and like a salad on it. And from a guy from down south, we are. Hey man, you want rice? You want gravy? You want fried fish? Like stuff like that. To go from that to this Egyptian bowl that looks like it's pretty as jewelry and it actually tastes good with all the different textures. I was like, all right, my guy, I see what you did there. Yeah. I understand. Like, I respect you, man. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's just you get so many different backgrounds from people on that show. So just going in, you can't really help but not necessarily. I'm not gonna necessarily say intimidated, but you kind of understand how serious a competition can be, and it's more. I mean, you had Tongue, who went episode 1, who was a phenomenal chef. Like, I'm talking about mixing barbecue and Vietnamese flavors and all that like together like crazy. Melissa, she is a recipe curator and she makes his sauces. Stacy is a female butcher. Yeah, and that'll tell you about any type of meat. Everybody already knows who Sloan is because Sloan is Sloan. Shatika, an executive chef. Who else? I mean, it was just a large cast of people from different backgrounds who man was able to do barbecue at a very high level, man.
Yeah. So which challenge on the show did you feel like it kind of threw a curveball for you, man? I mean, I know which one I think it probably was, but
a curve.
Yeah. Which one you were really like, oh crap, what am I gonna do?
The only really curveball that I felt, and there really wasn't a curveball. The brisket challenge was a curveball, but I had did brisket before. I tell you what I think that the finale for me was like all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Because again, I was used to from watching the other episodes. I was like, hey man, they're gonna bring that hog out here. And I'm like y'all don't give it to me because I'm straight on that because I done did hogs before.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, man, you give me a hog, I'm gonna tear it up. Yeah. But I didn't get hogs.
Where's the pig? Where's the pig?
Hey, no, for real. Like, where's it at? Is it in the back? Like, where you want me to go? You want me to
I'll get it. I got you.
Hey, man, you see these shoulders? I grab both of us. More clear your table. But yeah, I don't think anything really was a surprise. I mean, the trench was a surprise because we ain't never did nothing like that. Well, I never did nothing like that. And then it was communal. So when you watch it on TV, it's everything. But I remember the episode, it was kind of like, I remember Kareem saying, hey, man, listen, so this is very individual because you got your stuff to cook. You got your stuff to cook. Like, you're going to have your area in here and you'll have your area in here. And then some of these things, like, we're going to have to share. But the actual keeping it hot and feeding it was communal. Like, we all had to throw logs into the fire burner for it to continue to make cold, which is something that you don't really look at. Well, something I didn't look at on the show. I mean, because at that point we still had six, seven people. Right. So you really can't. You really can't just. Yeah, you really like, hey man, did you add? I know you took a whole bunch of stuff, but did you add more on wood to that fire? Because hey, we don't need that. We only got like 2 hours. I mean, still, this stuff got to stay hot. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. Well, hey, I mean, I was really pulling for you because I love, I was pulling for Chattooga just because she's a hometown girl. I mean, we're both in Nashville, but I mean, I love my Cajun people, man. You were up there, man. I was happy to see you two guys in the finale, man. I know it was neck and neck, and I mean, you put on a great show, and man, some of the food you made, I was like, oh my god, that's the thing. Like, I hate like only time I ever watched those shows.
It's a solid season.
Oh yeah, man, it was a great season. Only time I watch those shows is when I have food in front of me, because if I watch it, if I don't have food, I feel like a stoner. I'm like, I gotta eat something. I'm hungry. What's going on? Like, whenever my wife makes dinner, I'm like, honey, no, we're gonna watch. That's when we watch our cooking shows, when I have like dinner in front of me, And I'm like, all right, I can eat and watch this. This is good.
Let's go get a brisket real quick, yo. We all right?
Yeah, no, but all right. So I mean, obviously you did a competition show on Netflix, but I mean, you yourself have competed in some pretty big me in Houston, we started off. This is kind of how we started in the barbecue game, was through competition barbecue KCBS. But you yourself, I mean, you have you done MBN, Memphis in May, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've done the big the hog drop. I saw you did that.
So Hogs for the Cause in New Orleans. This will be my 5th year. This will be my 5th year doing it. It's August 4th and 5th. We've done Memphis in May with Anwar, with Robinson Smokehouse.
Shout out to Hogs for the Cause. I went to law school with is involved with it.
Hey, shout out to Hogs. So listen, if you want to come down next year, come on down.
Yeah,
holler at me, man. I'll be down there.
It is a great. Listen, man, it's one of the greatest events that I've probably ever been a part of, man. For real, like to see. You talking about 98 barbecue teams, and I think the goal this year is to raise $5 million. Oh, and I could be wrong. It's probably more than that, but for pediatric cancer research and development and support and that whole thing. And it's like, dude, it's unlike anything I've ever done in my life, because it's more than just a barbecue competition. Like, we really be out there having fun. Like, it's very serious. Like, Memphis in May is very serious. Like, and as it should be. Right. But I feel like Hogs for the Cause it's a typical New Orleans competition / festival / party. Like, man, we've down there having a good time, but we also understand we're having a good time, but we also understand like the reason that we're there, and you also get the seriousness of the competition. So yeah, we're very serious about the competition, but yeah, there's going to be a guy running around in a hog outfit, with a kegerator on his back, and just kind of just been in it for the last 2 days. You know what I mean? So it's something different.
I mean, Louisiana's figured it out, man. The best way to get in somebody's pockets is to get into their liquor bottle. You look them up, you start making that money rain, man. I get a little more generous when you get some bourbon in you, man.
Yeah, go send it. Yeah. How much? Yeah, just give it to me. It's fine. So,
have another drink. Have another drink. Who that is? Put out a cracker, dude. All right, here we go.
I'm on the cracker.
This is all put on a cracker, dude. No, man, but so Hogs for a Cause, I mean, that's a fantastic contest that it's one of on my bucket list. You get those, like, in barbecue, there's the big ones, and you got MBN, you got the Houston Rodeo, you got the Royal, the Jack, and the Invitational, and like I'm before I'm done with this, or before it's done with me, I'm definitely gonna try to check all those lists. I mean, although the one that makes me nervous to get in, like, I'm gonna have to really kiss some butters, like go deep in my bourbon well to get in on a Houston Rodeo team, because that's some big money. That's some big money, people. But no, man. Let's talk about your MBN. So, what team were you part of, and like, did y'all do whole hog, or what competition did you do?
Yeah, so we do. So when I do Memphis in May, and then we did the Smoke Slam, I operate with Robinson Smokehouse. Yeah, with Robinson Smokehouse. So this year, since Memphis in May and the Smoke Slam was the same time. Yeah. We did the Smoke Slam. So this year I did. So we kind of have a team of, I want to say, maybe 8 to 12 people, and we kind of get together. So we took place. So I helped out with ribs and also with the seafood, and we was able to do 5th place in ribs this year out of everybody, which was a great feat, man. Because listen, there's a lot of time, man, you get into these competitions, and some people will chase a placement or a stage call like their entire life and never get it. You know what I mean? So yeah. So for this to be the first year at Smoke Slam and to achieve something like that, man, it was something great that the team could enjoy, and I was just very happy and proud to be a part of it, man.
Yeah. No, man. Smoke Slam, that's such an interest. So you done Memphis May and Smoke Slam, right?
Yeah.
Which one? Which one do you prefer? Because you're the only guy I've talked to that's done both.
Put me on a spot like this.
I am. That's what I mean. It's what you're here for.
So I'll tell you what. It's only what you like, right? So with this being, I'll say this. With this being Smoke Slam first year, I can tell you the differences in the two.
Sure.
So So to me, the difference between Smoke Slam and Memphis in May, Smoke Slam obviously in newer competition has less people. You got more room to move around, things like that. It seems to me, and this is my own personal experience and view. Uh, the Smoke Slam seemed like they had more like I'm not gonna consider it family friendly, but they had more things for younger kids to do. So they had activities set up and things like that. Well, when you get with Memphis and May, I mean, these people have been along for forever,
Right.
and it's more serious. Yeah, correct. And then the prestige of it. So people, it is like Memphis and May is the end all be all for a lot of people, and understandably why. I understand why, because has been around for so long, and that's the one thing that everybody, when you think about barbecue, you can't help but think about Memphis and May. Totally understandable.
I mean, that's a world championship, so it's you're a world champion.
Everybody's gonna ask you about it if you tell them you do competition barbecue.
Yeah. Listen, I can't tell you. Listen, number of time that people ask me, "Hey man, you do barbecue? Man, you do barbecue?" Yes. Hey man, you ever been to Memphis and May? The first time I was able to tell somebody that I went to Memphis and May, it was like a light bulb when I was like, "Oh, he really does barbecue for real?" Yes, sir. Forget the fact that I told you I did all for the cause like 3 years straight. It was the Memphis and May that got me over. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
So that's just the kind of weight that that competition brings. So and I'm not gonna lie to you, me being able to participate and even just attend Memphis and May like the first time is really what opened me up to like everything else, to meet these different people in barbecue that I probably would have never had a chance to meet before, like people that you just see on social media and things like that, like the Moke Sound, and all these type of people. You only have the opportunity to see these people on a computer screen unless you go to these competitions and these events that they're at. So I mean, that's one of the events where obviously you're gonna see the biggest names of barbecue at. So
right. Now, Houston, me and you we gotta be Mo's beer bitches next year and just go down there and just take out the trash and make sure that the beer cup don't get low. Like, I've been invited
as
to go
long
down
as he gets me like
yeah.
As long as Steve Harvey autographs my team shirt.
Yeah, that's all that matters, man.
I don't care.
I would love to see Steve Harvey down there. Like, I mean, Mo's telling me some stories. Mo's telling me stories about what's his name? Cedric the Entertainer and Anthony Epps. Yeah, they came down there and did a show down there when they were trying to peddle their.
That was like 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. I was there. I know. I was there. Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna wear one of those.
That was my first time meeting Mo there.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna wear one of those suits.
So he was on last episode, Ben, but he's a good dude. He's funny, but no, he always talks. He don't compete much anymore, but he always says, the one that he'll always do is Memphis and May. So I need to experience that, especially being in Tennessee. Like, I'm so close. We're what, 3 hours away? I mean, if that. Yeah.
It's worth the trip, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's worth the trip.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man.
I'm gonna wear one of those suits that Cedric the Entertainer wore in the original Kings of Comedy tour.
With the long ones with the button, you're gonna be hot as I don't know what too. But hey, I love that for you.
And I'm gonna make Steve Harvey and Cedric autograph it.
Heck yeah, man! I want this Steve Harvey suit. But remember, he wore that gold suit he had a gold with the straight line shoulders, man. It was like straight down. Yeah,
wow. Very box like.
Oh man, it was awesome. That was the Kings of Comedy. That was awesome.
See, I don't know how old y'all. I was in 9th grade when that came out. Tell you how long ago that was.
Yeah, I mean that was some great comedy specials back then, man. You had the Kings of Comedy. You had Dave Chappelle. I mean, the greatest man of all time, Dave Chappelle, Killing Me Softly. Was amazing. Chris Rock.
Bigger and Blacker.
Yeah, Bigger and Blacker. Man, that was some great. Yeah.
Mama, I'm Robitussin.
Yeah, Robitussin. Pour it. Mama, I broke my bone. Get the Robitussin there. Soak it all in. Mama, we out of Robitussin. Put some water in. Pick it up. You got a whole new bottle of Tussin. No, it's awesome, man. So, how did you kind of get into competition barbecue, like did you kind of just like, hey, this seemed fun, or did you get like a local contest down there? Or I'm sure like cooking's pretty prevalent down there.
Yeah, no, man. I'm gonna tell you that really just came. Man, sometimes God just kind of ordained stuff. So I had won a grant for Kingsford, Preserve the Pit Fellowship back in, this was like 2021, where they were giving out money for people who was either starting barbecue businesses or was looking to start barbecue businesses. And I wanted to, like, the grand prize was like $50,000, but I didn't win the grand prize. Like, I won a grant for $7,500. So I was, yeah, it's fine today. Want to do it again? Y'all want to drop your ball off another 75? I'll definitely take that. But so I did that, and I ended up winning. And then I had always heard about Halls for the Cause, but I had never been there. I only heard about it, and I really like started like not necessarily taking barbecue seriously. Like, hey man, this is what I want to try to do, but just like barbecuing every weekend and doing that type of stuff. So when I won that grant, I had an old friend from high school reach out to me who had a business who was doing Halls for the Cause every year, but COVID hit the year before, and he couldn't get his crew together to do it. So he was like, hey man, I see you did this and you kind of do it seriously. Like, would you like to just take the spot? Like, I won't charge you for it. You could just come out and cook and do such and such, yada yada. I was like, I didn't know what I was getting into. So ignorance was literally bliss. Yeah. And like I said, we had just been finished locked up in the house for a year because of COVID. So I was just ready to like get out and try stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. At that point, like I only really was smoking meat like on one of those old char grillers that you used to get from like Academy, you know, that was it. And I had a Rick-Tech pellet grill that I was able to like practice and thing on. So I had ordered my 250-gallon smoker, but it was like an 8-month lead time. So I borrowed one from I call him my uncle from Uncle James, who builds them. But I had never smoked on an offset smoker like that before. Never. So I literally was like faking it till I make it. I pulled up over there. Like I said, it's like 100. There's maybe 90 barbecue teams. I pulled up and I looked at the size of the grills, the amount of people, and I was like, man, what the hell am I doing here? Like, seriously, it was me and 2 of my cousins. And I was like, we might as well just turn this around. But I didn't know what to do. I was like, but I told this man I was going to do it. I can't not show up. So we just kind of not forced our way through it, but I had the big smoker up there. I had the smoke up there.
Yeah. Hey, you learned a lot. I mean, that's like us. I mean, used to show up to our first pro contest. I mean, we're, you know, in our area, I mean, we were literally going against Murderers Row. Like, we were going against, you know, 8 of the top 10 in the country, or it's in our area. And so, like, we roll up and we're like, yeah, we're gonna get our teeth kicked in. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, like straight in, ball kicked in.
Yeah. It was bad. I mean, we didn't get last, but we got really close.
Oh man, that was back when we were still. We were still cooking on Topanga, like this ridiculous, like trailer-mounted stick burner.
Oh yeah.
Like custom trailer-mounted stick burner.
Those are good. No, man. Like I said, we didn't get last, but it touched. We touched.
Yeah.
But no, man. But you know what? Barbecue. Like we say on every show, and people think that's not part of the barbecue community. I think it's a cliche. We just say this stuff, but it really is a family. Like it kind of sucks you in, doesn't it? It's like it's a brotherhood.
I had no anticipation in getting into like the competition thing. Like, you know, I was like, hey man, this is my last year. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna bring my ball and I'm gonna go home because I didn't know at that time what I didn't know. So I just like bought like 50 slabs of ribs from Sam's, and I was like, hey man, we gonna stay up all night and do all this and sell them. Right. You sell food and then you do the competition.
Yeah.
And I just like I wasn't privy to, hey man, this is what a good rack of ribs looks like if you're gonna turn it in for a competition. Like I literally was like, for the rib turn in, hey man, I'm doing 50 slabs of ribs to cook. I'm just gonna take like 4 racks of the best that I see and then cut 5 on from here and hope for the best. not even fully understanding that. Oh man, y'all got other teams have went to butchers to pick out these wagyu meats and da 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 da, and we're gonna do these 5 on this separate grill, and then we're gonna like make these look great and da 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 da. I had no clue about any of that until I got to hospital calls, and then y'all gonna hear me talk about Robinson Smokehouse a lot because he was the one that's like, hey man, you are really good, but you just need somebody to show you how this is done.
Sure.
And he kind of took me under his wing and was like, hey, he's been showing me how this is done. So that's how I got to Memphis and May. Like, Hospital Calls was April of that year.
Mm-hmm.
I met him that year, and he was like, hey man, like, you want to come help me with Memphis and May? I was like, Memphis and May? You serious? He was like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Come help me. I was like, you talking about the one in Memphis, right? Like, they don't have like a Memphis and May like in Nashville and all that.
It's like the Sturgis. It's a Sturgis.
So, damn, I mean, and I'm now seeing how all this stuff works out. And like the growth for me has been exponential just because of that. It's like, it's not that it's hard. It's just you just don't know what you don't know. That's all it is.
Exactly, and you can't be prepared for something like that without having experienced it.
Yeah,
but
correct.
you had an amazing experience, and like I said, I'm sure it was just you had a blast. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. It's great,
yeah.
Man. It's great.
Yeah, like I said, anybody who's thinking about doing competition barbecue, I mean, just take all of our advice and just do it. It's such a good time. I promise you, you're not going to have a bad time. If you do, you're not trying.
That's not true.
I mean, when you get competitive, yeah,
Not true.
Yeah.
You can in fact have a bad time.
Don't pet the wall.
It's like when people say this is the worst that it can get. Don't believe that. It can always get worse.
I mean, you're gonna screw food up. Like your food the first time is not gonna be good, but I mean, you're having a good time. You'll learn a lot. But no, man. So let's talk about your barbecue like influences. Like, so who's on like your meat Rushmore? Someone we always ask our guests, like who's like your meat Rushmore? Give me your top 4. I know you said Robertson. I'm sure he's on there.
Top 4, man. Robinson, Kevin Bledsoe, Rashid.
Oh,
okay.
Goat, man. Listen, I'm telling you, goat.
Rashid's giving Franklin to run for his money down there in Austin, man. Like I looked up because we were talking about going to a Texas-Kentucky game down in, and I looked up the best barbecue joints. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna,
Oh wait, no, I'm talking. No, that's Kareem. You talking about Kareem? I said Rashid from
Rashid. Oh, Rashid. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But listen, Kareem up there now. Kareem up there. But who I said Rashid. If I'm going goats, I'm going Rashid. I'm going Bledsoe. I need 2 more. I
mean, the hard questions here is, I mean, we're just like, cutting edge questions.
It's good.
Yeah. You'll say you're Robinson, you're that guy that kind of mentored you into it?
We'll go Robinson, and then we'll do who runs. I want to go Franklin, but I
mean, he's not a bad one. He's definitely been on the list a lot.
He's not a bad one. I think I might have caught him at a bad time. I caught him like in COVID, so I couldn't go in and sit down and do that whole thing. That's when I caught him.
I got you. Yeah, man. Isn't it funny? Like you have these guys. I'm not gonna say who. If you know me, you know who I don't like. But you have these guys that you go into it and you're like, man, I look up to you. I've always followed your career, and then you meet them in person, and you're like, and you're a douche. So
don't meet your heroes.
Don't meet your heroes. I was about to say, they tell you don't meet your heroes, man. And listen, it happened to me. I will not say who they are, but don't meet your heroes. That's all I'm leaving it.
No, it's absolutely true, man. I can't tell you how many like celebrities and like people I've met. I'm like, oh man, you just ruined it for me. Like, I don't care what you did. Like, you just ruined it.
Yeah, why you did me like this? Yeah.
I mean, come on now. But no, man. But I mean, that's a solid group. I mean, when it comes to barbecue, I mean, everybody has like influences and stuff like that. So let's talk about I mean, being a New Orleans guy, I mean, it's something I always like. What is your favorite like Cajun dish? Like if you're gonna lay it down, like, hey, y'all come over and try this. Like,
I have a death row meal. Like if I got to go tomorrow, Lord, I don't want to go tomorrow. But it's crawfish bisque. It's crawfish bisque.
Some mud bugs. I like it.
I love crawfish bisque.
It's catfish, fried catfish. Hey, I'm never turning down fried catfish.
No.
Smothered or just regular?
Fried catfish is regular fried catfish. I'm not turning that down. I promise you. Crawfish bisque, fried catfish. I'm boiled crabs over crawfish.
Boiled crabs? I can't believe you didn't say red drum. Like red drum might be the best freaking whitefish out there.
Hey, man. Again, I'm from the river.
Black and red fish is what's up.
Black and red fish? Beans and rice?
Hey man, catfish. You heard what I said? Catfish.
Catfish. No, we have catfish here. I'm jealous. Like, y'all have something we don't. Y'all have the catfish and crabs and oysters and crawfish. I mean, we have crawfish, but not like you do. But no, man, I'm all about the Cajun food. Like at our wedding, like that was our meal. We had etouffee, we had crawfish etouffee, and we had, I'm such obsessed with the Cajun culture and the Cajun food. It's by far the best there is. Hands down, bucket list. If I could eat one genre the rest of my life, it's Cajun. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. But no, man. Yeah. So I want to give you an avenue for a little self promotion here, man. I see you got some rubs in the background. I saw you come out. You got your own little rub.
Yeah, man.
Let's plug the rub, man. Let's see what's this about. What's the name?
So here y'all go, man. This is the first of a 3-part series, man. So this is the Doc. Doc is an all-purpose rub. It's named after my father because they called him the Doc because he knew how to operate. But he don't like when he said it. But yeah, all-purpose rub. It has been. I knew it was good, but I didn't know it would be as well received as it has been. So the Doc is $12. You can get it on my website, www.bigpoppysmokehouse.com, or if you're local and you don't want to shipping in that whole thing.
We'll post his cell phone number later, guys. You give him a holler. Don't
call me.
I'll post his cell phone number. We'll make it happen. No.
Feel free to DM me, and we can figure all that out.
Slide into his DMs, guys. Slide into his DMs.
Yeah. But no, this has been great, man. And this has made it from Louisiana all the way to Seattle at various barbecue competitions. So I'm very proud of that, man, because I kind of didn't expect the response that I did that it has had. So
what kind of like describe kind of the flavor profile, like, because you think Cajun and like my favorite rubs are like, man, the Creole garlic butter rubs, so like Heath Riles and stuff like that, or Malcolm Reed has some great ones, but like this is more like a barbecue, like it looks like a kind of like a garlic cumin, salt, pepper kind of thing.
So everybody knows from the show I do like garlic and I do like cumin. I love paprika. So it is I would say this, man, it is like a complete balance. So in my mind when I did, so I started this at the house before the show, and then I was able to go on the show and add some stuff to it, like on the fly, and I just took those notes down and just incorporated them into what I already had and came up with this beautiful thing. So when I started it, I initially just wanted a beef rub. It started to be, I wanted it to be like a play on, I think Big Mo had a beef rub that I was using heavily. Yeah. So I wanted something like that, but I wanted it mine. I wanted to change it. So I was able to change it and kind of make it fit on everything. So it's not a beef rub, even though I originally wanted it to be. Like I gave it to a store, a local store, like, hey man, I just want you to try it. And then it was like, hey man, we put this on our fish. And we got calls that say, hey man, I don't know what y'all did different with y'all fish, but keep doing that.
There you go.
So I was like, I had no idea. Like the fish, I had no idea with fish. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So
put it on anything, man.
And then then the other people were like, hey man, I put it on my pork chops, and the pork chops was fire.
Yeah.
And then somebody was like, hey man, I put it on these Wagyu steaks, and it's the perfect pair. And I was like, oh, I got something for real. Like, let's just roll with this. How we gonna roll with this? So yeah, man, the Doc rub, I'm gonna have to put it in another order because I thought I ordered a lot at first. 'Cause I think I first thought I ordered 400 bottles, and this was I didn't even catch it when the show started. I wanted to catch it when the show started, but it wasn't ready enough time. I mean, and I have less than 100 bottles left, so I'm gonna have to re up soon. And I'm extremely happy with it. I'm really and I'm really humbled by the response. I'm a very humble guy. I don't know if you realize this from the show, but what y'all saw on the show, that is definitely still me. So the positive response that I get from people, man, is really like I'm really happy about all that, man. I don't take any of that for granted. So if you ever bought a hat or a rub or anything from me, I sincerely appreciate it. But keep on buying. But I'm very appreciative.
You don't need one, you need 2 or 3 in case one gets dirty.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah. So that's the doc. I had 2 more, so I have a rib rub coming in because obviously, if you watch the show, a lot of people had a positive response to the ribs, and I am in the final stages of making some. My idea for a rib rub is something that's foolproof. Like everybody say they do ribs and everybody does all this, but sometimes some people be like, "Hey man, you gotta add this to the ribs, put a base of some type of garlic, and then you put your rib rub in it." My idea was to make barbecue simple for people who don't necessarily barbecue. Like, there's no shame. I feel like there's no shame in somebody be like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna put these ribs on this pellet grill." I shouldn't be shame in that. Like,
no,
the world is. We live in a world of air fryers, and super steaks and all that type of stuff. Like, why not make it easier for somebody? Hey, man, here's just one-stop shop of a rib rub that can make you feel like you was on Barbecue Showdown season 3. So coming soon, guys.
Here you go, man. Check it out, man. Hey, we're all about the plugs here, man. Yes, look, man, check this out, man. Pitmaster Potty's coming out with the rib rub of all rib rubs. And you heard it first, guys. This guy says that pellet grills are way better than offsets. He said offsets are garbage. He said pellet grill for life. You heard him. If you think so, make sure you slide his DMs and let him know how your feelings are. You're gonna have like 10. You're gonna have 100,000 feelings comments now.
Listen, it's nothing new because my stuff has been in shambles since.
Hey, I am team. So I love stirring that pot whenever I can. It's like if you want like
Logan's just out here picking fights for you.
Oh, I love picking fights, man. It's like I woke up in the morning and I chose violence. So it's like if you want to like start a World War III in a barbecue like forum, just say pellet grills are superior to offsets, and holy shit.
Like, why does it have to be like that? Like, if it wasn't for very transparent, if it wasn't for a pellet grill, man, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now, man. I used to.
It's your gateway drug. It's your gateway drug. Your full blown habit.
But what it does is it allows you to. Hey, man, if you take fire management out of the picture, it allows you to focus on things. You can focus on your seasoning. You can focus on, man, what is meat supposed to look like? And I'm supposed to take these ribs off at 200 to 206, however that work out. Hey, man, this is what this meat looks like at 180. You know what I mean? So you can kind of hone your skills and all that stuff. And if you, no disrespect, obviously women can do everything that men do. But listen, if you don't want to sit out there, man, in this fire all night, just put some on that pedigree and you go about your business. Put your brisket on, you go. You go club, you can do whatever you want to do, come on back, and it's going to be right where you expected it to be.
No, I totally agree, man. I am, me and Houston are a big time team pellet grill. Like, so I'll say right now, I'll drop a hot tick, freaking pellet, little pepper, little salt bay it, sprinkle some hate on the world. No, pellet grills make the best ribs. I'm saying it right now.
You think so? I'm not gonna say that, though. Listen, that's a bit much.
Pellet grills make the best ribs, like color wise, over cans, over offsets. Like every
why you gotta bring
grill
color into it?
Every grill has its own pros and cons. So it's
now what pellet grill are you a fan of?
So we're diehard Lone Star. Lone Star pellet grills. There's not a better pellet grill on the market, sir. Unless somebody wants to sponsor me. Then definitely I love your pellet grill the most. But no, man, for honest to God, like we have the Lone Star pellet cabinet smoker on our competition trailer, and so that happened. Houston walked out, and But guys, anyways, so little technical difficulties. I didn't get to do the sign off with Mr. Gerald, but hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, we got him back.
That was me. That was me. My bad.
Yeah, you're good, man. Houston bounced on us too. No, man, but so let's do it right now. It's let's do it. It's that sign or sound means it's time for the Brothers Q Barbecue Supply Lightning Round, brought to you by Brothers Q Barbecue Supply for all your barbecue needs, man. Basically, what it is, man, I'll ask you a series of about 6 questions, and real straight, real simple. Let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. All right.
I'm excited.
Pour a little something.
I'm excited. Let's go.
I like it. All right, here we go, man. Here we go. All right, man. So if you're gonna go on vacation, beach or mountain?
Beach.
All right, fair enough. All right, man.
Nice.
If you got your lady in the house and you're laying down a smack dab set, you're trying to make a little magic, Marvel magic happen. What dinner are you cooking her?
What dinner?
Yeah, what's the dinner? What's the food you like? I ain't talking about your moves. I want steak.
She likes meat. She wants steak.
She wants steak. All right, man. Steak. You heard it. Steak and shake steak. Here we go. All right, man. Moving on. What is better, Tabasco or Louisiana?
Louisiana.
Oh, see, that's it. That one ended the show right there.
No, hold on.
Was Tabasco.
I want to do a side one on this. What is better, Louisiana or Crystal?
Crystal.
Ooh,
my man.
But he didn't ask me. I knew he asked me. I knew he asked me, but he didn't ask the right question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Survey says you're both wrong. It's Tabasco.
No, it's Crystal every day.
All right. All right, man. What is one thing you always have with you when you cook and you cannot say your thermometer?
Ooh. Beef broth. Either beef broth or apple cider vinegar. One of the two.
All right, fair enough. All right, man. If you could have a billboard in Times Square and have one saying on it, what would you say? Like, what is your message to the world?
Baby. It's poppy, baby.
He's gonna say Big Pop. He don't care about world peace or nothing like that. He says Big Poppy. All right, here we go.
Poppy, baby.
All right, man. All right. Last question, man. If you're going out to New Orleans, who has the best Cajun food in New Orleans?
Oh, my favorite restaurant in New Orleans is Jacquemus Cafe.
My man.
All right. Best barbecue restaurant.
God, I love Jacquemus.
Until I open my Gonzo Smokehouse.
Gonzo Smokehouse. All right, man. Dude, hey, thank you so much, man, for coming on the show. I truly appreciate it. I know you taking time out of your day away from the football. You know, because you got to watch the good football games now. Because when LSU comes on, you'll be nothing but disappointment. So we truly appreciate you have LSU and the Saints. I do apologize because they are not marching in this year.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Yeah. So all your friends that are watching in, please subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow because your hot takes like this all day long. But no, man. Hey, so let the people know where they can find you. I mean, we talked about your rib rub coming out soon. Any other things coming up that you need to let everybody know about?
So follow me on my Instagram, pitmaster_poppy on Instagram, and you can follow that to the Big Poppy Smokehouse page. Big Poppy Smokehouse on Facebook. Events I got coming up. I'll be in Memphis this Sunday for Mimosa Fest. I'm doing a church event in Gonzales. I'll be doing Rashid's Grill and Chill Fest in Corsicana, Texas. Alligator Fest in St. Charles Parish in the end of October.
Give me some of that too, Faye.
Formula One. And, hey, man, it's going to be a busy rest of the year, man. I'm trying to figure out.
Wait. Hey, Poppy, are you cooking Austin for Formula One?
So I'll be there at Formula One, but then the following week we'll be in Austin. We'll talk off camera. Let's talk about it. I can't give too much. I can't give you too much. Yeah.
Hot take. He's gonna be wearing Titan gear in no time. All right, man.
Awesome.
No, man. Here we go. It's all cool. It's all cool. I like B team too. No, man. Dude, hey, thank you. Yeah, I know. Hey, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I truly appreciate it. And guys, if you want to check out more content like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow this show because there's nobody better than Right on Cue Podcast. I said it. I'll say it again. I'll say it 3 times. Right on cue, baby. Right on cue. No, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being our guest, and we'll talk to you soon here, man. All right? Stay on. We'll do a chit-chat later. Hold on. All right, man. See you, buddy. Man, that was fun. I love.
Yeehaw.
I know, man. It's always a good time. Always a good time, man. So if anybody did not see our Facebook post earlier in the week, big announcement. We have none other than Rusty Monson coming in. Monson is going to be a staple here on the Right on Cue podcast. You're going to be seeing him host some shows when I'm not here. And Mr. Houston Lau, as always, will be a regular on the show. We're going to kind of do a little rotation, give everybody a little break here and there. And but we are very excited to have him. It's going to be a great show. We have great content coming up for you soon. And Houston, you'll let people know what the next month theme's going to be?
I would. But
he don't remember. See, he doesn't check the group. Let me do it for you. Yeah. So next month we are celebrating. September is going to be the month of pit masters. We are celebrating all the great pit builders. My apologies, pit builders in the country, in the U.S. of A. And we're starting off none other. We are starting off none other than the great boys at M&M. M&M smokers down there in Texas. I mean, if you want quality, if you want some of the best grills in the world, make sure you check out these boys at M&M. And I cannot wait to talk. I'm a big fanboy of theirs, and I cannot wait to talk to them. So, yeah, man, I'm excited. It's going to be a good time. Rusty's going to make his debut next week, and looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. Hoodie's going to eat some eggs and get over this hangover from last week because he's old, and he can't hold his booze. He can't hold his booze. But no, man. But hey, you have anything else? Anything else you want to say?
No, man. I'm excited to get into the second half of the season. I'm desperately hoping to make Pussyq this year. It's one of the. Hey,
you're going to come
one
of
the ones
that right when we win our award.
If we win an award, book me.
You're going to come. Kansas City, baby.
I ain't gonna miss it.
Kansas City in January. Can't wait. But no, man. All right, guys, that's our show. Sorry, we ran a little long today, but you know what? Thanks for sticking around, and we do appreciate it. So, without further ado. As always, when it comes to barbecue, make sure you're always right on cue. See you guys.
That's all, folks.